Well, I went to college briefly at Columbia University in New York City, and in New York City I felt very much at home, whereas in the town that I was raised I did not at all. And the thing about New York City, for those of you who don't know New York City, whatever your interest is, however bizarre and unique you think it is, say you're a serial axe murderer, you'll find another 50 people in New York City who do the same thing, whatever it is that you like to do. And I was interested in this music that no one where I was raised was interested in. And I came to New York. There are people who knew more about it than I did. So I was very at home in New York, and I loved living in New York. And of course, my friends who are not New Yorkers will say, oh, you know, everything's so fast. Well, I used to sit in my apartment and listen to Bessie Smith records. And then I'd go out on the street, and if you listen to Bessie Smith records for an hour or two, you will walk at a quarter the speed that New Yorkers generally walk. I didn't care where they were, you know. But my good friend, and still my good friend, and for a while my manager and still my accountant, we were working together, and he lived a few blocks from me, and he got his apartment and his office both got broken into between them 5 times in a month, and he said, we got to get out of here. So I followed him to California. We moved to Marin County, and I was in Marin County for 4 years. Marin County, when my sister came to visit me, she said, the people here are like plants with hands. We used to refer to it as the land of milk and cookies. In Marin, everything is everything. And in New York, we don't buy that shit. So it didn't really suit me. I am a New Yorker. And I remember twice meeting people who, after they asked me where I was from, and I said New York, they said, I don't like New Yorkers, and walked away. So I just wasn't comfortable there. And mostly because I never found people that I enjoyed sitting around playing with, although there were some, but not close enough. You have to get in a car and drive for half an hour, 45 minutes. You can't just hail a cab and be there. If I had actually lived in San Francisco or Berkeley, I might have stayed out there. It might have been great for me. But as it was, I was out in Marin County in a rock and roll musician's house. It was a fantastic house. And when I got off the road, I would get burnt out. At one point, I traveled insanely. At one point, I was on the road for 2 years without being home for 2 weeks. So I found myself, when I was off the road, I wasn't jamming with people, I wasn't practicing, I wasn't writing. And when I looked at that, I decided I was no longer a musician. It didn't occur to me that I might be burnt out. I never believed I could be burnt out. I was too passionate about music. So if this was going on, I was no longer a musician. And I didn't want to be one of these guys who drags himself up on stage and drags himself through a tired performance and collects his money, you know. So I figured I had to find a new way to live my life. And the place that I found most interesting in Marin was a violin shop. So I broke up the band and went to a violin making school in Chicago. And I stayed in Chicago for 22 years studying old violins. After I graduated from the school, I started to study old violins with an eye towards learning to identify them, which, like music, is something you never will get to the bottom of. And I played very little music during that time. It was kind of like, if I played guitar, it was like being in a softball game where somebody's got a bat and a mitt and a ball, and you pick it up, you have fun with it for a little while, but when you put it down, you don't think of it again until you're at another picnic, you know, a year later. And, you know, so it was like that. I pretty much lost most of my chops and didn't play. After I moved to Delaware, the mayor had told me that the street I lived on used to have a lot of live music, and he'd love to see that again. And so I started a couple of jam sessions. One was acoustic, kind of bluegrassy, and the other was Chicago-style blues. And I figured I would endure these for a few months and then they'd live or die, but it turned out I loved them. some really wonderful musicians came. I always knew that every small town is full of really amazing musicians, and it was proven to me. And I just started playing again and started regaining some chops and started really enjoying myself. So now I'm performing again. You know, this gal told me today, she said, "Ugly, you're wasting your life away." She said, "It's bad how you spend your time, and you never earn a dime. But I like to sleep late in the morning. I don't like to wear no shoes. I make love to the women while I'm there and get drunk on a bottle of booze." She said, "I can't keep living this way, broke from day to day. I gotta stop this running round. I get a job and settle down. But I like to sleep late in the morning. I don't like to wear no shoes. I make love to the women while I'm there and get drunk on a bottle of booze." Pick it, David. Okay. I know there's a lot just waiting for me, and straight is how it should be. I'll be smiling all the time. I get my hair cut and my sneakers shine. Oh, but I like to sleep late in the morning. Child, I don't like to wear no shoes. I make love to the women while I'm there and get drunk on a bottle. This gal told me today, she said, "Homely, you're frittering your existence away." She said, "It's scandalous the manner which you choose to pass your time. You never earn an honest Roosevelt dime." I said, "I like to sleep late in the morning. I don't like to wear no shoes. I make love to the women while I'm there and get drunk on a bottle of Jack Daniels or something." Used to be a way to end this, and that's not it. Oh yeah.